Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Duke the Jeweler. We got some breaking news for everybody. If you're a fan of Duke the Jeweler, man, I want y'all to let me know if y'all from Chicago or let me know where y'all from. Let me know what city y'all from. The Fed said that once they received the information from HPD, everything led back to the footage that was recording everybody who was going in and out that dice game. Now, we know that Duke the Jeweler came out there, he was out there with somebody, but when he went to that dice game, whoever was recording him, they knew Boosie. They was paid to keep their mouth closed. And everybody who thought that Boosie name wasn't gonna get brought up in it, the feds is saying that Boosie paid $1 million. So at the end of the day, they should have never put themselves in this situation. They said that the dude that was right across from Duke the Jeweler, that was the main one. That's the dude who kept looking at him the whole time. Once you put yourself on the forefront and make it to where you be the hitter or the hitman for anybody, you be the one that get took down before everybody. Duke the Jeweler went out there with his bags. They didn't think that Duke the Jeweler family was gonna come back and get answers. Duke the Jeweler, he ain't deserve to go out like that. Once Duke the Jeweler went out there, he knew somebody was gonna be on his side because he came out there for Boosie. He ain't come out there for nobody else. And everybody from Houston, they saying that Boosie, he made himself look guilty. If he would have never even came out there and said that the dude that was with him, he don't need to steal nothing from nobody. If he would have never said that and said, man, he walked to the parking lot by himself and all that, if he would have never did that, it would have never came back on him. And mob ties, them the main ones who was majority at that dice game, and them the ones that was losing their money. But a lot of people thought that the way that Duke the Jeweler had them people in his corner, they was right behind him the whole time. They knew that Boosie invited him over there, but once Boosie invited him over there, that was the worst decision he ever could have did because they got the text messages and the phone records. Boosie was behind him the whole time. Boosie kept whistling. If Boosie wouldn't have never whistled, the dude across from him wouldn't have never been on point like that, like as if he wanted to keep pocket watching and watch Duke pockets. Come on now. Duke the Jeweler ain't deserve to go out like that. He came out there for one reason, to sell the jewelry. He ain't even have to do that. But everybody know, once you go somewhere, especially Houston, you see what happened to all the rest of them. Duke the Jeweler never checked in. If he would have checked in, it would have ended a whole totally different way because he would have paid J. Prince Jr. He would have paid everybody who he needed to pay because Duke the Jeweler had money. Duke the Jeweler had his own money when he went out there. Once they started shooting 50s and 100s, that's when everything got hectic because half the people that was out there, them the people who really ain't even had no money. J. Prince Jr. and Boosie was the only ones who really had all the money. But Boosie already knew J. Prince Jr., he was gonna, you feel me? He was gonna ask Duke what he need to ask him about checking in. But if Duke the Jeweler ain't check in, what you think would have happened out of that? Duke the Jeweler was one of the main ones he was in the background, man. He didn't think that they was gonna try to pull that on him. Man, R.I.P. Duke the Jeweler, man. Regardless of how they felt about it, man, hit the like button if you feel that they set Duke the Jeweler up, man. The same dude that's right there. You see dude right there? That's the dude, right? That's the dude they said ran outside, the one who rubbing his eye. You see him trying to act like he don't know what's going on, but him and Boosie nephew got on the same chains. All on with the same people. We know how the streets is, and the streets don't love nobody. For a lot of people, once they go to Houston, They don't get caught up in stuff like that. They don't have to worry about checking in. They don't have to worry about seeing Jay Prince Jr. and Jay Prince and seeing if they gonna allow them to come to their city. No. This is why they said, oh girl, she was the one that went to HPD. This what made them start investigating mob ties. They start looking at it like, okay, Boosie invited him over there, but Boosie wasn't the one that did it. So they instantly cut Boosie name up out of the whole thing. They looking at Jay Prince Jr. and the people that was around him. We already know what happened to Takeoff. We know exactly what happened to a lot of people who came out there and didn't check in. At the end of the day, it's a sad situation, man. But we know exactly how it's gonna turn out. I want y'all to let me know. Let me know down in the comment. Hey, let me know what y'all feel. Do y'all think that Duke the Jeweler, he was one of the main ones who actually, hey, by him going out there, he made it to where the feds started looking at Jay Prince. Everybody who under them, man, them the same ones who thought that their name wasn't gonna get brought up, but they already got the evidence and they pulled over there the Fifth Ward. By them pulling the Fifth Ward, it goes to show who they looking for. It goes to show, hey, hey, what's up, Dominic? Say there are a lot of people lost. We need to come together and build. This is sickening. We literally put, hey, exactly. Hey, I already know. Hey, they saying the same thing, and I already know that Boosie, he looking at everything. You saw how he looked when the feds pulled up and started searching that black truck. That's the same black truck that left the scene. Like, come on now. Can't hide it. You can't, hey, look, you can't even ignore what's going on because it's all a result of the way that they orchestrated themselves, man. They should have never did that to Duke. That was the wrong person to do it to. This is why they came back and started investigating them boys. But we already know it's a lot of people who they know exactly the reason Duke went out there. Regardless if Duke went out there to sell him a jury or if Duke just went out there to just take care of some business, go shopping, do whatever. Duke was out there with his people. His people should have spoke up, man. Yeah, he do got too much going on. Like, hey, look, a lot of people kept saying, oh, yeah, they making Boosie look bad. Boosie made himself look bad. If you really look at it, it was Boosie Dice Game who he invited Duke to. If he would have never invited Duke to the Dice Game, nothing would have went down. I don't know why. Look, I don't even know why it had to end like that, but we know for a fact they should have never did that to Duke. Share this video, like real talk, because regardless of how they feel about it, the evidence is right here. The evidence, everybody who was at the scene, if you was at a scene right after something happened or before something happened, what you think they gonna do? They gonna come looking for everybody who was out there. Duke the Jeweler had his badge. Exactly, Dominic. He too old to be involved in this type of situation. Hey, we know, but this type of stuff, it happened time after time. You see Boosie whistling. Y'all saw it? He was whistling. And the dude kept looking over to the side every time he do that. But Jay Prince Jr., he was the main one. You feel me? He was across the table. He was batting. But a lot of them looked nervous back there, over there with them white shirts on. The dude with the purple hoodie tied around his waist, that was the main one who told Duke the Jeweler, hey man, go around on the other side of the table. we gonna you can shoot dice next to Jay Prince Jr.